Y'all back? Okay, I'm seeing myself. It seems we had a temporary outage, but we're back on it. Let's see here. See, the collapse. I'm going to read this over just in case the disconnect didn't keep it. The collapse didn't just happen here on the station. When Solheim collapsed, the entire system felt it. Colonies were abandoned. The moons of Ember and Cinder suddenly gained independence overnight. Some took advantage, some tried to hold it together, some fled. The Eye became a refuge, and Erlin, to his credit, extended an open hand to everyone. But many within the organization disagreed, and those new arrivals weren't as simple to corral as they hoped. Rabia leads you through a small market hall, busy with small stalls and traders. Erlin's union was made of workers, administrators, people who were malleable and already organized into hierarchies and networks. The refugees came from different factions and families, were scarred, injured, desperate. Conflict was inevitable. Yadigan is a child of that conflict, a child born out of the need for us to stand up and claim our future, to provide security, strength. People call us a gang, but we are a community. I take my position as lieutenant seriously, and from my birth I have worked to earn it. Rabia catches herself before she raises her voice any further, and you both walk in silence for a while among the smells and textures of the low end. You start to wonder if this place could be a home for you too. Where do I come into this? Rabia smiles to herself and thinks for a moment before she responds. I believe that you understand the importance of a refuge. Sorry. So I also believe that you wish to help keep this place safe. She exhales quietly. For this reason, I would like you to trust me. I do not know what Sabine told you about us, but I imagine it was not good. I'll be honest with you, Sleeper. I was never comfortable with having Sabine as part of the Yadigan. An ex-corporate employee? It goes against our nature. But their deal was with Yannick. I kept my distance, made sure Sabine had their surgery, kept it supplied. That was all. But I cannot allow people to go back on the promises that they've made us. Yadigan has not lasted this long because it is a charity. We offer and ask support, and betrayal will be treated as an attack. Who's Yannick? Yannick? Hold on. Yannick is one of the heads of Yadigan. They guide us. Did I just get disconnected again? Hold on. No, I'm here. That's strange. Yannick is one of the heads of Yadigan. They guide us. He is the newest to be elected. He is an elder. Sabine found something. Please, I do not want to hear their accusations. They only wanted to escape their debt. They would have said nothing. They only wanted to escape their debt. They would have said anything. But where are they now? To stand behind their claims. As will we. You realize Rabia has led you in a loop, and together you both come up a staircase and to the walkway where you met. You're free to go, Sleeper. I have said what I wish to say. She looks through the windows of the walkway. I would protect this place with my life, as it has protected me. I want to make that clear. She turns back around. However, if you two wish to come under its protection, I can help you. Return here if you wish, and there will be tasks for you to complete. You'll be able to see Yadigan, to see the low end, with your own eyes, not as others frames us. As for Sabine, she pauses to consider her words. Aw, cutie. I will not ask you to betray them, but if they contact you again, consider their motivations carefully. With that, Rabia leaves, slipping back into her office. While you stare out at the countless units, each a home, each with a story, that make up the low end. Okay. Interesting. I have one upgrade point. I think I was saving for something else. But Rabia seems like a good person. They don't seem like they're trying to, like, strong arm me into things. Yadigan operates on an in-kind basis, and you are told, and the tithes of goods or services must be collected in exchange for protection and administration. Okay, so, by the way, I just got off the phone with my, oh my goodness, I am so sorry I have to deal with that, sweetie. So it looks like, oh hey, these guys are back. That's why I'm late. You're good, sweetie. No, it's okay, sweetie. Let's unload some containers for money. I'm getting money at least. I don't have enough money for one more. Trying to troubleshoot our bitrate issue. Are you serious? That's funny. Yes, I was able to craft a ship mind. Ship mind built. Minecraft. Awesome. Hi, Bob. Bye, Bob. Appreciate you being here. Let's deliver the ship mine to our mercenary friend. Ankita. You drop the ship mine core onto the galley table with an emphatic bang. Ankita spins around from where she was poring over some documents on her slate. Holy shit, Sleeper! Did you actually land a ship mine? She rushes over and hefts the huge cylinder, turning it back and forth. Oh, well, on my screen it's pink, sweetie, so. And hefts the huge cylinder, turning it back and forth. Well, shit. It might actually work. She smiles wider than you'd ever seen. Where did you get it? I built it. Built it? Well, well, you're full of surprises. Ankita bangs on the galley wall. Hear that, Amber? The Sleeper got you a new ship mine. The sound echoes down the ship's passages. You have to admit, being in a small space with Ankita when she's this excited is a little intimidating. Ankita puts the ship mine back on the table. I'll start processing the fit process of fitting it as soon as I can. I might need your help. With some of it. She heads back towards the counter to grab her slate. This isn't the only good news today either. It looks like good karma's finally coming in. She throws the slate on the table and spins it so you can see the screen. Take a look at this. You see a list of names and numbers. Nothing exciting, along with what looks like a transit timetable. I found them. The thieves? Exactly. Well, the thief, singular. She points at the name on the list. Or more specifically, Ashton Kaede. It was his past that was used to access Amber and slice the ship mine. I thought he might have been killed or robbed, his past stolen, but it turns out he crossed the Founder's Gap the very next cycle. Founder's Gap? That big rift in the station. You can't cross it without Founder's Ferry. She leans back in her seat. I know some of the crew over at the ferry. Old Mercs. Used to run in an outfit I worked with. I saw them in the Overlook, and they mentioned they saw Ashton crossing. I checked the manifests, and there he was. Looks suspicious. He hasn't said a word since the theft, and anyone wanting to hide out might head to the Greenway and go to ground. She flexes. He won't get far though. There's no real docks out there. Only a couple of jetties and some in the wastes. Going after him? Not yet. I want to fit my ship mind. She pauses. But maybe you can help me out. Where's this going? It's like this. I head over there, especially in Amber. He'll spot me a mile off and go underground. He'll find a way to slip the station, or he'll bury himself so deep in the wastes no one will ever find him. But you, Ashton doesn't know you. All I need is for you to go there and sniff around. Not at the commune, not the stacks. You will have gone to the edges, the margins, the wild places. That's what Ashton likes. You see him? You locate him? Ping me on this. She hands you a comm earpiece. Seeing as this is Merc work, I'll be happy to give you Merc pay. She shifts her seat. The thing is, I haven't got much left. So how about I tell the boys who run the ferry to give you a discount? I know it's not much, but once I grab this coward, I'll pay up 200 cryo, nothing less. What do you say? She meets your eye. Okay. She gives you a heavy whack on the shoulder. Good, I owe you one. She lifts the ship mind up onto her shoulder with worrying ease. I'm going to get to this. Gonna get this fitted into Amber's core. You get any info, any sense of where Ashton's hiding? Let me know. She then stops. She goes to turn and then stops. And once again, Sleeper, thank you. I appreciate it. Ankita stomps off into the guts of Amber with the ship mind, leaving you in the galley. You glance around, a sudden nervous energy descending on what has to come. You never thought you'd get to work as a mercenary, but then again, it seems the eye is full of surprises. All right, baby. So one of the biggest issues that we've had up to this point, oh, thank you, sweetie. You're cute. One of the issues we had up to this point is that way over here at the Founder's Gap, it cost 150 to cross. Now it's only 100. Basically, we got a 30% cut on our costs to go across the Founder's Gap. That's so exciting. One of the reasons I've wanted to go across the Founder's Gap is because Mushroom Bro, who makes the best mushroom stir fry on the station, said if we ever get mushrooms from the other side of the Founder's Gap, that he'll give us a special discount, some extra lore bits, and essentially we become like mushroom bros with him, like full on. So I was like, yeah, I want to be a mushroom bro. You kidding me? Oh, holy cow. I had 1 skill point. Now I have 3. Yes. Obsessive haggler. All cryo actions are now discounted by 20%. Does that mean that this costs... Yo, that's so good. Things just got even cheaper. Holy cow. Oh, that's so good. Alright, we gotta feed the stray. Even that got cheaper. It was 6, now it's 3. Oh, we're starving. Okay, we're starving, Marvin. Mushroom guy, let's go get some food. 12 cryo, 20% discount. Yes, good. Alright. Let's ship some, haul some freight. Get some of that good money. I keep getting neutral. If I get positive on this, I get energy back. There we go. Now we don't have to buy from Mushroom Guy again for a couple of days. And let's spend our one on the Yadigan agent. If I can get one more Yadigan, I'll be able to trade it with Caster for some items. I forgot to feed the cat. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's okay. I'll feed you twice today, cat. Yo, those rolls. Hold on. First of all, we got Yadigan information time, so we can get a little extra from Caster over here. All right, Caster, what you got for us? Got that. Oh, unavailable. It's not wanting me to. Caster doesn't want to talk to me right now. Oh, that sucks. Well, we got information for Caster the next time he is available. Other than that, how much money? We only have about 32. We need to keep working. And the ship's gone. Shoot. Havenage office? No. Let's go to unit assembly then. Since we have some 6s, let's work on something that we don't get a bonus on. So that way we can still get the most out of it. Nice. And there we go. Oh. Andromeda's the last one to talk, and the bot was talking about Andromeda. So cute. Alright, kitty. Here's your dinner after having breakfast. I'm declining a bit. I could also do this. Patrol the ward. Intuition. It would be a negative to intuition, but it would be worth a try. At least positive or neutral. Hey, that got me energy. I'm okay with that. I should be able to do anything that gives me a +2. Or decent results. Yeah, noodle manufacturing. Neutral outcome. More energy and a tiny bit of cryo. Feed the kitty. I think after tomorrow I'm going to use my injector. Just so I can get my dice rolls back up. Because my dice rolls are more so dictated by my current health score than they are by my actual food score. So I have to be careful about that. Rabia's office. Let's do engage here for collecting tithes. Hey, look at that. More energy. You gotta get an insider. Oh, I didn't get any money though. I need money. Money's good. I think I'm gonna go ahead and sunbathe with this 2 that I have. Up to 4. Get some extra energy. And we'll take the injection. Yeah, body stabilized. Awesome sauce. See, look at that. Look at all those beautiful dice. Instead of struggling to get work done, now I have plenty of energy to work with. But where to spend that energy? I don't have to worry about the fabricator anymore, at least for now. What's most important is that I get my enough energy to get me another injector before next cycle. Let's do engineering here. 100% positive. Doesn't make as much as hauling ship freight, but it is allowing me to get good with these people. So let me go ahead and just completely round that one out. All right, here we go. Something new. Each shift, a crowd of would-be workers. This sentence is really weirded weirdly. Each shift, a crowd of would-be workers gathers outside the shipyard, each of them clinging to a 4-digit number printed on a receipt paper. These are their assignment numbers, and you are either called for a shift or you aren't. As you arrive, the crowd is restless, and chatter rumbles through the lines. For those who, like you, have graduated to the work teams, shifts are guaranteed. Having just walked out of a meeting with the supervisor where you were praised for your efforts, you feel the glow of a job well done. Yet you can't help but feel empathy for those huddled as you pass, waiting for their number to come up. You keep your head down as you leave the shipyard, feeling a little guilty as you do. Hey, sleeper, wait up! Lem's voice trembles as he shouts above the rumble of the crowd, and you turn to see him pushing through, Mina crying in his arms. Lem! Good to see you, friend. He is breathing hard after shouldering through the waiting workers. You made it to the work team? Good for you! He tries to catch his breath, stroking Mina's hair as he does. Shh, baby, give me a second here. He smiles weakly as he comforts her, and her cries start to fade. Out of the crowd, he sets Mina down on his by his side. Shiny streaks down both her cheeks. As he does, you see he is clutching an assignment number on a crumpled piece of paper. Is Mina okay? She's good. We just had to rush up here. He puts his hand on her shoulder, and she clings to his side. Esther, who usually takes her, is sick. Oh, okay. He stretches. I don't know. A noise sounds from the entrance. A klaxon followed by a list of numbers growing brightly on the display screen. The crowd responds instantly, pushing and pulling as people try to wade to the entry point. Lem stops and turns back around to the crowd, then glances down at the crumpled paper. That's my number. Shit. Mina. He starts patting his pockets on his gear and glancing around. I'll go. I'll watch her. He blinks a little, staring. Thank you, Al. He crouches to Mina. You're gonna stay with our friend here, okay? They're going to keep you safe and... He steps back up. Here, take her bag. He shoves it into your hands. She's got food, she's got... Shit, I gotta go. He backs away from the crowd. Mina, I'll be back real soon, okay? Be good. Then Lem disappears into the rolling crowd, who are now trying to get into the shipyard before it locks down. Mina stands staring, suddenly small without Lem at her side. She fixes you with a dark-eyed look you can't quite read. Hey, Mina. She holds a stare, unmoving. The two parallel tears tracks still glint in her cheeks. You okay? She sniffs and looks down. Look into the bag. You unlaunch the top of the bag and see a few meal containers fashioned from scrap components. A battered slate sits on top, blinking a low battery warning, and tucked beside it, a ragged rabbit, hand-sewn. Take the rabbit. You pull the rabbit out of the bag, its long limbs waggling as you do. Mina goes to jump and grab it, but holds herself back. She stands and hugs herself, eyes on the rabbit. Give her the rabbit. You hold the rabbit out, and Mina snatches it from your hand. She hugs it tightly without looking away from you. Bun, she says, staring at you, ferocious despite her size. Hi, Bun. You move a little closer as you speak, closing the gap. He doesn't speak, she says. She looks at you suspiciously. but her face softens a little. She waggles Bun Bun in front of you, and then walks him up your arm and onto your shoulder where he sits. She pokes your arm a couple times. Are you really a robot? Sort of. Yeah, she thinks. Me too. Mina has more questions, lots of questions. Questions about how you breathe or if you rust. Before long, you are talking about rabbits and what Esther, the lady who usually takes her, smells like, and whether or not fairies live in the eyes heating pipes. You pass the time like this, sitting by her side on the floor of the walkway, as others pass by, sometimes talking, sometimes drawing on the slate, sometimes playing with Bun Bun, the rabbit. And this is how Lem finds you. Just as both of you are starting to yawn, he is dirty and tired, but Mina leaps up his legs into his arms as he stumbles backwards. You two get along okay? He asks, trying to keep Mina from climbing onto his shoulders. We managed. Mina glances carefully at you, hiding a smile that is slowly growing. Well, well, well. Looks like Meanie can be nice. He pokes her in the ribs and she squeals in delight. Thank you, friend. I mean it. He gives you a warm, wide smile. I owe you. Look, he glances around. It seems like Esther, the lady who usually watches her, is going to be out for a spell. If you ever have some time, I'd really appreciate you coming down to our place in the low end. He grins sheepishly. If you have time. But now I have to take this one to the EAT. He plays here to eat. He plays at biting Mina, and she giggles in response. See you, sleeper. He waves and they stumble off down the corridor, drawing gazes from passing spacers as Mina's laughter echoes down the corridor in bright squeals. That's so cute. Oh, that's so cute. Does that mean I have a new thing I can do down here in the low end? I can. Lemon Mina's unit. I can babysit Mina. Oh, that's going to be so fun. Let's do it. I know I have +1, so I'm wasting a +1, but I tick it out. Plus. And gave me energy back. Look at that. Feed the cat. End the cycle. Yes, more good dice. I mean, there's a couple duds, but mostly good. Caster. Caster legitimately does not want me to talk to him right now, which is sad. I like talking to him. Any more Yadigan information, or are these all Havenage? That looks like Havenage. Yadigan's usually on this side. Yeah, there it is. You know what? Let's spend... Oh, I need a little bit of work time to get me the money I need from my injector. But other than getting a little bit of money, we can totally babysit Mina. So let me go like this. Guarantee a 5. That's not bad. That's about the same as the ship. Have a chance of being negative. Please don't be a negative. Nice. Let's do one more. Ah, I got the money, but I lost some condition. That's fine. I got good money for that, which means I can get myself another injector. Unless that's what... No, he just doesn't want to talk to me. Let's go to the dispensary. Dude, that's so cheap now. These used to be like 120 before I got one discount. Then I got another discount to put it down to 64. Heck yeah. Look at that. We going places. I'm gonna go to Mina's unit and let's take care of Mina. And get all my energy back. I'm gonna go ahead and feed the cat. I'm gonna end the cycle. Hopefully I get all my dice still. Ah, I'm down 1 dice. It seems to go by how the bar is across the top of the screen. Good to know. Alright, well, let's make some more money. Oh, the ship's back. Yeah, offloading scrap. So offloading scrap is good money, and I can totally drop a 4 in there and get good out of it. That filled my energy back up. I think I should keep working on the side reel hull here. I'll put my 5s into here to get myself some guaranteed action. And then I'll use the 6 on Mina. Give Lem some time to work. Awesome. She's asleep. She whispers Lem, creeping back out of the unit's tiny bedroom, sliding the door shut as he does. You are perched on a thin bar in the main room, the slate in front of you still glowing with Mina and your drawings from the cycle spent together. There's a ring. There's a ring. The only word Mina has known. With stick figures standing along its edge. The tall one is you. Drink? Asks Lem, producing a worn-looking bottle of Grial from under the bar. Its contents glowing amber in the fluorescent light. Sure. Lem nods and glugs a few fingers into a couple of metal tumblers, then sits down with you at the bar. Cheers, he offers, and you clink the metal containers together. You know, we actually have something to celebrate around this time. Celebrate this time. Lem gives you a sideways look. I made the assembly team on the side, the side reel. He grins broadly, clearly he has been desperate to tell you a cycle. Knew it. Lem holds up the drink. You did get there first, friend. I'll give you that. He looks away. Seriously, though, I couldn't have done it without you keeping an eye on little meanie back there. Lem shifts a little on his stool. He looks uncomfortable. How's our girl doing, Sleeper? I haven't seen her much of these past cycles. Doing great. Of course she is. He playfully squeezes your shoulder. She talks about you a lot, you know. Draws you. I'm glad she has a friend that isn't me. His eyes drift to the bedroom door. You okay? He nods. I can't take all the credit for Mina. She isn't actually mine. He gazes into the middle distance. I pulled her off a refugee shuttle out by one of Ember's moons. The colony was falling apart for decades after Solheim collapsed, surviving on next to nothing. Eventually, some of the residents tried to make for the eye on these decrepit old shuttles. He sloshes the drink around in his tumbler. They had no idea what they were doing. The one Mina was on decompressed halfway there. Everyone spaced. The only reason she made it was someone sealed her in a weapons locker. She was ice cold when I reached her. Purple lips. He shivers. Once I picked her up, I wouldn't let go. The medics treated her, with me still clinging to her. He takes the drink. Still not sure why. He reaches over and refills his cup. We weren't exactly anybody's heroes, you understand? We were private military, hired in by Conway to protect their claims in the collapse. But once I got Mina, that was it. I quit. Got us dumped here. You saved her. I'm going to sound like an idiot now, but he sighs. She saved me. That's the truth of it. He looks around at the decaying unit, its stained plastic plating and flickering lights. Me? I brought her to this. She was tiny, too small to know what she lost. But I can't stop thinking about it. He rubs his eyes dark with tiredness. What if our number doesn't come up in the draw, Sleeper? What then? The sidereal will sail off without a thought, leaving us here. What kind of life is that for her? She'll manage. Sorry. I know you don't have it any better. He looks at his cup and pushes it away down the bar. This is a celebration, right? Both of us on the team now. Both of us in with a chance. Exactly. Imagine all three of us riding the sidereal horizon out of here to a new world. He looks into his glass for a moment. I think I drank this too fast. He laughs. Lem stands up and to clear his glasses. Clear the glasses in the auto wash. I need some sleep, friend. See you around. Alright then. He catches your shoulder as you leave, turn to leave. Thank you, Sleeper. I mean it from both of us. You pat your shoulder and you slip out into the dark of the walkway with thoughts of little Mina in your mind. Good robot. Yeah, gotta have fun with Bun Bun. I'm glad I could help him out. Feed the cat. And end cycle. Those are some pretty good dice. Let's see here. We can do the ship, or we can just straight up just keep working on the side reel. I think working the side reel will probably be the best. Get lots of money for it, work towards that goal. And I can get some Havenage data. Yeah, look at that. I'm kind of building up a lot of money. I want to make sure that I have enough for the next little bit, because I have no idea how long I'm going to be stuck on the other side of the horizon. The what's it called? The Founder's Gap. So. And back we go. So let's just keep plugging away at this. Let's ride this one out, you know? We're making lots of money off of it anyways. And it's helping a buddy that we have get off the station even quicker. And boom. We should be able to get it all done by tomorrow. But my guy is a little too hungry, so we're going to order some fungus. Fungus. And we'll rest for the evening. Make sure to feed the stray. Always got to feed the kitty. Perfect. I can work with this number. Let's get the side reel complete. And here we go. Let's see what happens. Oh, Lord. Come on, give me at least a neutral. Oh, my goodness. One more. Thank you. Your crew slowly filters out of the shipyard locker room, the bubbling chatter reducing with each group that leaves. There's excitement in the air. Havenage has just made an announcement. The assembly teas are done. Sat on the locker room bench, you can feel the side reel out there. Its hulking mass now intimately familiar with you. Over the past cycles, you have watched it grow, be assembled. You have walked through its veins and welded its bones. Now it's ready for the final stage. It will go to testing now, then enter a final process of sealing and resealing, checking and rechecking, before it is deemed suitable for its generational trip. But for now, your work is done. You can't help but feel proud. A cough interrupts your thoughts. It's Lem, changing out of his work gear. Mina nowhere to be seen. He smiles. She'll be ready soon. Where's Mina? You two are fast friends, huh? She's being watched at home now. I'm on the work team. I can afford a bit more help. He corrects himself. Was on the work team, I mean. We're all out of a job now, he quickly adds. Not that I'm complaining. Len comes to sit beside you on the bench. She's gotta be in her best shape when she carries you. Mina, me out of here. Oh. So confident? Lem smiles apologetically. Why not? I figure I'm due a lucky turn by now. He rubs his hands nervously. No use in wondering what if until the draw anyway. And there's a few cycles till then. Lem is right, but the odds seem unlikely anyways. Anyway. How many are working in the shipyard? Hundreds? 1,000? You've certainly seen more faces than you can count pass through. And are the Cells Foundation even going to keep their promise? Out here on the Eye, you get the sense that no one will hold them to it. Why else would they be building the side reel in a surrogate system? You think Lem watches you... As you think, Lem watches you with a worried look. How's Mina going? Lem is surprised by the question, but smiles. She's doing well. She misses having you over, actually. I need to get the two of you together again soon, especially now that I won't see you here either. Oh, excuse me. Lem gazes into space. She's pretty stuck on you, actually. She told me the other cycle that she doesn't want to go unless you can come too. He sighs. He sighs. You ever been in a thunderstorm sleeper? A real big one? I don't remember. Lem shoots you a worried look for a moment. It's something else, he smiles. The sound, the smell, the rain hammering down. The whole sky is stretched out and bruised, roaring and huge. The place I was born, New Pembroke, a dry old rock in the Conway system, had 2 seasons. One of them was dry as bone, dusty, ugly. The other one was one long storm, a side effect of the terraforming efforts, they said. Rain used to rattle off the roofs like bullets. It washed the dust away, turned the streets into rivers. It'd sing us to sleep and wake us up in the morning. We'd wait half a year just to see it again. The best day was the one where the first drops fell, he sniffed. Some days I wake up swearing I can hear it again. I was thinking, Mina's never seen a storm, never even felt rain. She's grown up here, the ring, her only horizon. Always in the dark. I want to change that for her. You will. Of course. Almost there. Lem stands up, stretching. Best get back to the little one anyways. With the shifts done, I reckon she'll be happy to have me home for a few cycles. He shoulders his gear. See you in a few. See you in a few for the draw? Good luck. Don't need it, he grins. Lem leaves, making you the last person in the cavernous locker room. As you sit, you think about rain, and a little hope creeps in. Is it possible? Could Sidereal really take you to a planet, a place where weather, the sky, with skies, with life? You get up quickly before you can think about it anymore. It's too soon to hope. Too dangerous. There's work to be done. Awesome. So we have a handful of cycles before that's going to happen. I'm running a little low on energy, and I am beginning to fade with my whole, stabilizer. Which, speaking, oh, I still have a stabilizer I can use for this, so that's not too bad. I am gonna run low on food, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab some mushrooms. Fill that back up. And let's see what tomorrow brings. Gotta feed the kitty. End cycle. Should be down to 3 dice. Yeah. Let's see if there's anything I can do for a spell or two. I've got so much data. I have insurmountable amounts of data. I guess since I can't work on the ship anymore, I can go ahead and start working on the Yetigan peeps. Rabia's office. Engage so we can get positivity. Got scrap components. Got a little bit of energy. Actually, I have so much scrap. Hold on. Forward exchange. Go ahead and sell some components. So we're just going to go ahead and sell all of those. No point in holding on to them. Look at that. I'm up to 300 chits. That's some good eating right there. Speaking of good eating, let's feed the kitty. Once I hit to 2 dice, which I think would actually be after this one, I might use the stabilizer. Just so I can keep optimal amount of dice going. Shipyard. Sidereal draw. Havenage have set. Oh, okay, so it draws in 1 more cycle. Havenage offices. See, I can sell data to them for extra money, but I'm actually kind of comfy on data. I feel like I could probably use them for leverage later if I really wanted to. I guess I'll just work at Rabia's office. Gain some favor with them. Oh. As you say goodbyes to the other enforcers and walk back through the low end, a chirruping catches your attention. In a quiet corridor away from the main thoroughfares, someone has stuck a small recorder to the wall with suit sealant tape. Written across the fluorescent tape is one word: sleeper. You peel it away from the wall, and as you do, it triggers some sort of improvised trip switch. Sleeper! Sabine's voice crackles through. I have seen you with the Yetigan members. Are they holding you captive now, too? A high whine. I am sorry if I've dragged you into this. Do not trust them. Something is happening within the gang. Some sort of power struggle. You cover the speaker a little, their voice too loud in a quiet corridor. I will come soon. Thanks to your efforts, I've located most of their properties. At the right time, a pause. I'll see you soon. Don't give up. Remember our deal. Riker cuts out. You stare at the recorder, processing what you just heard. Hearing Sabine's voice again opens up something inside you. An SN-ARP employee. Do they know that I know? You struggle with a mix of concern and distrust. You throw the recorder into a nearby waste chute as you leave the corridor, still unsure who to trust, and head quietly out of the low end. So here's the thing, right? Sabine was one of the ones that tried to get us the stabilizer shots, because Sabine is from SN-ARP, which we now know. So he knew they knew what was needed for us. So in that way, they helped us out. But then later, they started blackmailing us, basically saying, hey, these guys are crooks. They're basically holding me hostage with a large debt. I need to find my way out. You're going to get information from me, or else everything's going to kind of stop. Right? Sorry. Choking on my drink. Give me a second. So in that way, Sabine is pretty eh. But at the same factor from the other side, right? SN-ARP don't like to let people go. They like to hold on to the people. They have contracts, really restrictive contracts. That's why as a sleeper, I'm stuck here. Why I'm on this ring in the outer areas of space is because I had to escape somewhere. And as a result, like, he's on the run like I am. Well, they're on the run like I am. So should I go ahead and just trust them? Or should I trust the people who are willing to work with me without having to strong arm me into things? So that's something to keep note when moving forward with this, is that just as quickly as I've been going through this, Sabine has also double-crossed me, but then still thinks I'm on their side. So it's kind of sketch. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of sketch. I'm gonna go ahead and stabilize this time, because next cycle I'm gonna be below the good cycle. Actually, we'll have a chance because I have money now and I have no idea what's gonna be happening in the upcoming cycles. I should get myself a stabilizer now. There we go. And we'll end the cycle. Beautiful. Hold on. Is that... Okay, I actually have more scrap to sell. Hold on, let me sell the rest of my scrap. That might have been from working the tithes with Yedigan. But more importantly, I believe... Yep, it's time for the drawing. Lemon and Mina. The crowds have already gathered by the time you get to the shipyard, and you recognize faces among them. People you have worked alongside on the side reel. The intervening cycles have turned their excitement into anxiety, and a few of them smile at you. Instead, the nervous energy of the crowd fills the space, creating a feedback loop of growing tension. You pick out Lemon Mina, and you work your way over to them, pushing through the crowd. He silently raises his eyebrows at you, his anxiety obvious, but Mina flashes you a huge smile, unaware of the tension. "Robot!" she shouts, reaching out to you. I'm gonna give her a hug. She gratefully accepts your hug, leaning against your chest, and Lem smiles, seemingly glad to share the weight of Mina for a moment. Quite the turnout, huh? Lem glances around, pulling Mina close. I don't think patience is one of this crowd's strengths. The sound of an argument towards the back catches yours and Lem's attention. He is putting it lightly. This place seems set to explode. They'll manage them. Lem looks around nervously. I sure hope so. This is Aster Anghart of the Solus Foundation. The announcement echoes from the speakers at the shipyard entrance. and shouts of "Quiet!" rapidly follow. I'm sorry. I can't be there. I'm sorry, I can't be there to meet you all and thank you on behalf of Sendra Celis for the work that you've done on the Sidereal Horizon. Most of the crowd strains to see Aster's face, but the small display shows only a ghostly white figure smudged and unclear. Sendra wanted me to pass on her personal thanks for your commitment and belief in the Celis Foundation's mission. We chose the Eye for this project because we knew that we would find like-minded individuals here, especially amongst the ranks of the venerable Havenage Association. Unlike most of the Corps, we neither believe Erlen's Eye to be a threat or a rogue state, but instead an embryo for the formation of a new decentralized social structure, one where each citizen might be the master of their own destiny. A ripple of impatience runs through the crowd. They didn't come here for a sermon. You are all pioneers, just like those Corps citizens, who the Sidereal Horizon will carry, in cryosleep, to the planet where they will become a Foundation's first frontier world, Celis 1. At the mention of the destination world, excited conversations break out amongst the workers. There, our citizens will be able to create their own innovative, bottom-up economic order, aligned with the principles set down by Cedra Celis herself: freedom, resilience, and self-sustenance. This is all thanks to your tireless efforts in the Havenage Yards. As a reward for these efforts, you may know that we are offering a select group the opportunity to join the caretakers of this vision, the staff of the Sidereal Horizon, who will maintain the vessel during its multi-decade transit through interstellar space. Lem turns to you, his eyes bright. This is it. This draw has been performed at random by central AIs of the Foundation and is final and binding. Please note, only licensed contractors of the Foundation are eligible for this draw. I know you have been eagerly awaiting this day, and without further delay, I will now read Celis identification numbers of those who chosen for this great honor. A murmur runs through the crowd. Celis identification numbers? Licensed contractors? You have never heard of the term mentioned. Is this something you were supposed to be assigned? You glance at Lim, but his eyes are fixed forward, wide and shimmering. All around you, people are speaking in hushed tones, like a rising wave. Aster starts to read out sequences of numbers and letters, and a panic begins to set in. No one seems to know what is happening. Somewhere near the front of the crowd, someone shouts in celebration. Everyone pushes forward. Lem? You turn to see Lem still staring forward. Mina is scared now as the shouts start. Daddy? Someone throws something at the entrance and it rattles against the shipyard doors. You see for the first time, Havenage security stood on either side, scared, arguing between themselves. You feel the anger rising in the crowd. Lem, let's go. He doesn't move. They might call out names. I can't. Mina togs his dog tags. Leave alone. You shrug off the people rushing around you and shove your way backwards. As you do, you hear the sound of scuffles emerging at the front of the crowd, of metal canisters bouncing off shipyard walls. You keep your head down and walk away, the sound of Aster reading off ciphers echoing above the chaos of some strange mantra. You stare ahead into the tunnel as the security sirens sound out, a signal for the coming violence. Drive failed. Havenage offices. Yo. Moving the horizon. Celis are apparently going to start moving the Sidereal Horizon to this hub soon. Fuck, bud. I couldn't stick around for that. I was gonna get battered and bruised and who knows what else. Lem and Mina's unit. Lem's out. There's a note on the door saying, "Sleeper, gone to find work. Lem." Yo, that was dastardly. That was so mean. Only did it for people assigned identification numbers. Ugh. That left a bad taste in my mouth. Oh, bad taste is gone. Took a swig of some soda. But seriously, what the heck? I mean, I kind of expected it, given how these people work. But, like, yikes. Seriously. So Lem's out looking for work for a bit. It was helpful thinking, but somehow I knew it wasn't gonna happen. Like, even if I were to be called for some reason, like, I'm stuck here because of the stabilizers. They're not gonna pay for stabilizers. Let's go on to the next cycle. Make sure to feed the cat, always. That is a lot of good dice. At least decent dice. Let's go ahead and move some freight while I have a chance. Also get me some energy back on top of that. Look at that. Full energy. Got some good cryo. Well, it says here I can buy scrap for 16. Or is that 18? 16 or 18. And I can sell it here for... Oh, I can't tell. I can't tell how... Oh, it says 16 cryo. You know what? I'm just going to do this just for experimentation. So not that I have a discount on cryo, right? Oh, my scrap allowance. Oh, it's gone down. Okay. So I can buy it for 16. Well, oh, they gave me one of those. They gave me a fragment. They gave me scrap. Hold on. There we go. Hold on, you know what? I'm just gonna buy all 3 of these. Oh, it's a random scrap item. Got it. Okay. So now if I go to the Ord Exchange, right? Or to sell this, how much would this? Because I bought it for 16. I sold it for 12. Okay. So it was worth it to get the fragment, because I can actually sell that fragment for a fair amount of money, I believe. Avenage offices. See, because I paid 16 for this. I got 30. Okay. That's where it comes into play. So I got a little bit of... It's a roll of a dice kind of situation, but you can get some out of it. Got it. Well, I guess all I can do now is just keep working for Rabia. I don't have much else going on except for crossing across the gap. But I want to see what happens with Lem first. Yeah, get insider. This time you meet inside Rabia's office, although now that you've seen it, office seems like the wrong term. Finder stood in an almost bare, shadowy unit. Midway through a sequence of stretches, there are 2 stools and a terminal in the corner. But it seems that most of the space is taken up by a heavy punching bag, rubber matting, and a stack of weights. When Rabia turns to greet you, you realize she's missing an arm. The prosthetic she usually wears is set in a cradle near the terminal. A web of colored wires running to it. Updates, she says, noticing you looking where her artificial arm usually is. Nothing to worry yourself about. Of course. Sit, says Rabia, gesturing to the two diminutive stools. You both settle on the stools, Rabia crossing her legs on top and sitting straight back-end. Gia told me you have been doing rounds collecting tithes, patrolling the ward, she smiles. Some of the enforcers are impressed, and I hear you handled a few difficult circumstances. Nicely done. I wanted to see for myself. She raised an eyebrow. See what for yourself? If I can trust you. I see. Rabia flexes her neck side to side. In conclusion, still deciding. Well, sleeper, Rabia says teasingly. Please keep us updated on any progress. She smiles a thin smile. Joking aside, I know that for you, life on the eye has been a struggle, but I hope we can do something about that from here onwards. Though some of our gang members may not see it this way, I know you too are a refugee. She looks at you solemnly. That is why you've come to us. Enough, Rabia. Sabine's voice cuts through the conversation. I am tired of listening to your affected nobility. They cross the room. Rabia's baton in her hand, with the end lit, sparking electricity. Rabia looks between you two. I suppose this ambush was another cooperation between you two? She looks strangely unfazed. No, they're acting alone. Sabine pauses, thrown off for a moment by your renunciation. Rabia takes the opportunity to act. She leaps from her stool and, fainting past Sabine, grabs a baton and twists it inwards. She is by far the stronger, and she pushes Sabine to their knees, plunging the crackling end of the baton towards their chest. They freeze there, Sabine struggling to keep the crackling baton from the skin. Stop! Then you support him? Rabia asks you, her eyes not leaving Sabine. Your loyalties are so easily swayed? I thought you were more than Yannick's attack dog, Rabia. Sabine spits back. Are you not able to think for yourself? Rabia holds the baton strong, and for a moment, you think she's about to hammer it down on Sabine's chest. But after a painful wait, she throws Sabine down instead, then spins the baton in her hand, thumbing the switch and shutting it off in a single move. Rabia, explain. They both look at you, still catching their breath, as if they had forgotten your name, forgotten about your presence. Explain what? How the moment I call my enforcers, will come down here and take them away? Rabia cracks her neck. You're lucky I didn't kill you. I would have had every right. She sounds, anger a release of tension more than a threat. Sabine lifts themselves a little, bruised by the fall. They roll onto their side and cough. Rabia gives them some space. Sitting back on the stool, Sabine props themselves up on their elbows and fixes Rabia with a hard stare. You have something to say? Rabia taunts. Say it. This is your final opportunity, because after this, there's no coming back. What's the point? Sabine breathes heavily. She refuses to listen to criticism of the greatest Yadigan project. Rabia collects herself. Speak. She folds her arms and waits to be convinced. Sabine takes a breath, organizing their thoughts. They go to start, pause, to decide on another approach. Eventually they say it. Yannick is a traitor. Rabia immediately flinches, her eyes going to her prosthetic arm, her muscles clenching. But she rides it out, more eager to prove Sabine wrong than she is to hurt them, at least for now. When I came here from SNR, They glanced at you, gauging your reaction. It was Yannick who was one of the first to support me, to look after me. I should have known then, but I was naive and afraid. Sabine turns to you. Sleeper. They take a breath. I know that I should have told you I worked for SNARP long ago, but I thought you would abandon me, and you are my final friend. What you should know is that I left SNARP because I was running for my life. I leaked documents on the Sleeper program, on the illegal and immoral practices it relied on, to the press. SNARP wanted me dead, and I fled as far as I could to this refuge at the edge of the surrogate systems. Sabine stops to collect himself. What does this have to do with Yannick? Rabia interrupts. The Sleeper knows you're SNARP. I told them. And while you hide beneath the cover of being a whistleblower, you and I both know that you worked on the Sleeper program. Yannick told me as such. Sabine's face falls. It is true. They glance at you and then away, ashamed. They lift their head. But it is Yannick, not me, who is the pocket of SNARP. Rabia flinches again. I can prove it. He made some kind of deal with them, deal to keep me here, to tie me up in debt, and lock me away in exchange. Rabia slams her hand on the desk. Just tell us, for God's sakes. In exchange for those, Sabine finishes nodding towards Rabia's prosthetic arm in its cradle. He has been using Yadigan enforcers, using you as test subjects for SNARP technology. I have the data to prove it. He has been bringing them in under the guise of stolen shipments and having them fit them, knowing each one is capturing data and sending it back to its makers. Rabia's fixed expression has started to fade. Sabine produces a slate. It's all here. Thousands of hours of usage data, failure rates, error dumps. These are untested implants, Rabia. They could short out, fail, cause cascading failures across a person's body. And they have. Sabine suddenly looks incredibly tired. I thought the error rate in the units was down to them being stolen or modified. I have tried to fix hundreds of failures in my time here. Not all of them. They stop, unable to continue. Rabia closes her eyes and breathes in. Then she opens them again. She holds out a hand to Sabine. Show me, she says. Later, much later, when you leave, Sabine is still talking Rabia through the manifests and usage data. Both of them crowded around the terminal as Sabine leads Rabia through each layer of Yannick's betrayal. As you leave, Sabine catches your eye, and something passes between you. Something like a thank you or a sorry, or some other expression that communicates both sadness and hope. Hey, awesome. Sabine the whistleblower and Rabia the lapdog are working together. That's so nice. The enemy of my enemy? Yeah. That sounds about right. Let's get some more Yadigan data while we have a chance. Yo, so happy about this. This is wild. Feed the stray. And end the cycle. This will be the last cycle I have full dice before it starts taking them away again. But that's okay. Alright, we're still waiting for Lem to be done, and now Sabine and Rabia are working together. Mercenary friends out and about. We could probably haul some boxes for some extra money. And some extra energy. Is there any other Oh, so the horizon is moving out here, and it's one more cycle. I've kind of run out of things to do except for just work. I guess I'll stack up a second stabilizer. Yeah, I guess I'll just keep working. Let's get either a positive or neutral. Get some more of that cryo. And some energy. And see, I can sell Havenage data here. Hand in the gum box. Feel stupid for doing this, but the penguin says, "Take me to Tambor, and this is the only Tambor you can find." Question mark, question mark, question mark. Fang's gum. Oh! As you leave the Tambor tea house, a hand falls on your shoulder. Sleeper. Sleeper. Fang hisses from behind you. How did you find me? The penguin. Penguin? What are you? He thinks for a second. Oh, do you mean he mimes throwing gum out in his mouth? That wasn't meant for you specifically, but he cringes. Look, it doesn't matter. Come, let's sit. Fang guides you down the stairs to one of Tambor's lower levels. The tea house is stacked with curved mezzanines, all connected by a central atrium. The levels are filled with makeshift booths and bars, and conversation bounces busily off the metal walls. Fang sees you looking around. This place used to be a fuel tanker, main drum, hence the name, the tea house. Since the name, the tea house part is a bit of a misnomer, though. You can get anything the eye offers from this place, but real tea isn't exactly readily available. He picks a booth. Itself fashioned from old salvaged tank or container, lined with spongy insulation foam, that then collapses into it. He looks around furtively. Furtively? Wow, it was hard. Don't suppose you've been seeing any Havenage types. They don't usually come out this far. Only you. Ha! Not anymore, I'm afraid. Suspended without appeal. Turns out Hardin has someone's ear. He grins. Doesn't bother me, though. It shows we hit a nerve back there. Picks up a scrappy, hand-scrawled menu from the table and tosses it over. What are you drinking? Look at the menu. Fang is right. The menu is ridiculous. There's at least 10 different infusions, most of which you can make out, but the paper is dominated by an extensive complement of esoteric alcohols and cocktails. Black tea is listed without a price as a seasonal specialty. So you ran into Hardin? Was he pissed? Tell me. Fang doesn't wait for an answer. That snake is so self-righteous, he might actually believe that Erlen would approve of his meritocratic bullshit. He taps on the table. If Havenage was like it should be, like it was founded to be, they would have shouted him down at any council meeting he dared to mention true citizens. He sighs. But I guess his kind run the place now. A young woman with a vine tattoo on her arm turns up at the booth, a slate in hand. Your order? You skim the menu, your eyes glazing over. You pick something. A Sambar attack? Fang raises an eyebrow and she notes it. And you? She begins, looking to Fang. But when she sees him, suddenly stops. What the? Fang shrinks a little. You are supposed to be working. This is your shift. He grins sheepishly. You work here? Fang waves to be quiet. Look, Jenna. Let's just say this is my break. My friend here has been through a lot. Jenna looks between you two. I'm gonna nod. Fang also nodding. 2 minutes. 2 minutes, says Jenna, pointing at Fang. And only because I don't want to get dragged into whatever this is. She gestures at the table and walks off. What? Fang stretches out in the booth. You know how it is. We all have to eat. Plus, he leans back. This is the best place around here to find the person you might be looking for. Who? Remember that web of connections that Hardin pinged the moment we confronted him? Those are his collaborators. And if we want to understand what a Solheim executive might be getting up to on the Eye, those are the people we have to find. Fang is almost whispering now. There's a couple of them I suspected in the low end, and well, almost everyone in the low end comes through this place at one time or another. He brings the modified slate out onto the table. I've set this up so that when anyone with the network signature I'm looking for comes into the close proximity, it'll mark them. Once they're marked, we can break through their access protocols and get get all the good stuff inside. We just have to find them first. Hence me moonlighting as a waiter. Suddenly he smiles. Suddenly a smile grows across his face. Wait, I have an idea. Oh no. Look. I can't cover enough of the low end on my own, and so far I've had no matches in this place. But the two of us, we can cover more ground. What am I getting into? Well, Fang has a hangdog look. We need to get you out and about on the low end in close proximity to as many people and residents as possible. Oh, ad break. Oh, I'm gonna take a quick stretch break. Oh. Sorry, I haven't had time to actually stretch and relax my muscles a bit. So we're gonna take just a quick 3-minute break just to let the ads kind of roll through, let everyone catch up to what we're doing. But yeah, how are y'all doing today? I got my second day at the work that I'm working at now. It's a bit of hard, grueling work, but it pays decent enough, better than minimum wage. So I'm just happy to be working again. I don't know if y'all know, but I've been unemployed for 2/3 of a year, so it's been kind of rough. But yeah, I'm sore. I got off work at like 2 and decided, you know what? I haven't streamed for a couple of days. A long couple of days, I'll be completely honest. And I was like, why not fit in a double feature? So, you know, today's stream, we're going to be doing the first half, I would say until like 8 o'clock. So from like 4 to 8. We'll go ahead and do Citizen Sleeper. And then we'll probably gear over and do a little bit of Graveyard Keeper at that point. And that should do us enough good. I just gotta be mindful of it all. But yeah, everyone, if you've been hunching or working, go ahead and just get a good stretch. Stand up if you haven't stood up in a while. Get a drink of something. I don't care if it's water or not. Just get a drink of something. And here in about 45 seconds, we'll pop back into the game and keep on with the story. I just want to make sure people who don't have subscriptions don't get locked out of, you know, the story content of this game. Because this story is great. I love it. But one of the things I hate the most is being in a stream and some lore bits or some important bits are kind of just skipped over. So I appreciate y'all being patient while we're waiting for everyone else to come back. And besides, in the meantime, we get our own little one-on-one little conversation that only you get to hear. And hopefully Hopefully we can get more people joining on the conversation at some point. In any case, we're heading back from the ads right about now. Welcome back, everyone. I've gone ahead and kind of took a quick break during the ads rolling. And we'll pick up here. I'll read this paragraph out again just so we can get caught back up and keep moving. So let's begin. Well, Fang has a hangdog look. We need you to get out to the lower end, in the low end, in close proximity to as many people and residences as possible. And it turns out my friend Minji needs some help with deliveries. Delivering what? Kelp noodles. The best low end has to offer. Fang places a tiny receiver on the table. This is connected to my slate and runs the same marking protocol. If you get near any of our targets, same marking protocol if you get near any of our targets. Sorry, that read weird. So all you have to do is take some delivery shifts for old Minji, and soon enough, we'll have the place covered. Fang, don't give me that. You think I like working here? And I thought you could use the tips. He grins. We are in this together, right? Right. Okay then. Fang slips the slate back under his clothes. Just a head up on Minji Express. They take delivery shift. Take a delivery shift, and we'll see where what. I'm sorry. The way Fang is talking right now is so weird. Just a heads up on up to Minji. Just head on up to Minji Express. Take a delivery shift, and we'll see what shakes up. You manage to find anyone and extract any data, bring it down here to me. They have me on double shifts, so I shouldn't be hard to find. Kind of walks past, carrying a tray of drinks, and sharply catches Fang's eye. I don't think she's bringing your drink. He stands. I think it's time we called this meeting to a close. You grab the receiver from the table and slip it into your pocket. See you soon, sleeper. Stay safe. Fang adds before turning and walking off towards the bar, whistling as he does. Okay, so now I gotta be I gotta be an Uber Eats driver for Minji Express. That's funny. That's wild. I'm gonna go ahead and use my one dice to get more Yataghan information. And starting tomorrow, we're going to be doing runs at the Minji Express. Feed the cat. End the cycle. Always got to feed the cat. Alright, we got 4 dice to work with. Lemon Mina. There's no answer when you buzz Lem's unit, but the door is open. You push the door and find Mina sitting in the middle of the floor, playing with Bun Bun. Hi, Mina. Hi, robot. Mina says Mina sullenly, waving Bun Bun's paws without looking up. Where's Daddy? Where's Daddy? Mina doesn't respond. She walks Bun Bun across the floor, narrating quietly to herself. You look around the unit. It's a mess. Dishes and glasses on the side. Some of Mina's clothes piled up in the corner. Mina is sitting by her bag, which spilled across the floor. Her drawing slate, cracked and dark. Let's see here. I'm gonna tidy up. I'm gonna play with Mina. You sit down beside Mina and she turns away, taking Bun Bun with her. But after a little while, she turns back and you play together. She insists you both Bun Bun on a trip away, dragging the stuffed rabbit across counters and surfaces. You've just started to look at fixing Mina's cracked slate when Lem enters. Sleeper, what are you? He pauses and looks from you to Mina and back again. Never mind. He drops the bag at the door and slumps on the couch. Everything okay? Lem leaks out a weak laugh. You forgot the past few cycles now too. Wish I was so lucky. He looks away at the open door. Look, now's not a good time. I want to help. Help? Unless you got a ticket, unless you have a side reel ticket or two on you, I don't think there's much you can do here. He pinches the bridge of his nose. You understand they never even put us on the list, right? I've been all around the rim looking for work, and I've run into more than a few from the crews. Turns out only long-time Havenage members were issued those Celis ID numbers. They never planned to consider us. Havenage say they didn't know that it was what they were going to use to make the draw, and who knows, maybe Celis pulled the wool over their eyes. But what does it matter? All those hours in the yards for a hand-to-mouth wage, and nothing else? Thanks for the follow, Aces. Aces McGee. Welcome on in. He slams his hand down on the sofa. You are giving up? Lem opens his mouth to respond, but stops himself. He looks at the open door again. They are moving the side reel up the hub now, you know, he says without meeting your eye. That's where it'll depart from. They are bringing in a ship with all their cryosleep pioneers and transferring them up there in microgravity before loading the crew. We could steal a ticket? Lam laughs. There's no tickets. I was joking before. Just those ID numbers coded to someone's identity. No stealing that. He looks over at Mina. Look, we'll be fine. We've always have been. I just need a little time. Sighs. We had our hearts set on that trip, is all. Mina comes over and climbs up into his lap, and he smiles. What if I got you off board? I miss you these few cycles. I miss that optimism. Lem strokes Mina's hair. Look, you want to go up to the hub and ask around? Be my guest. I can't get up there with Mina down here, and I'm sure the side reel will bring in a crowd, but be careful. This kind of thing always attracts scammers and thieves. You find a way on board, you take it. You need help to get there? Ask me. But for now, me and Meanie here are sticking to the eye. He looks up and smiles. I'll find a way for us all. Lem smiles, but it doesn't say anything. You stand to leave, and Mina grabs your hand, eager to give you one more smile. Then you are out, back in the walkways of the low end, already thinking of plans to make this right. But the side reel's gone. It's not even there anymore. So we need to go up to the hub in the Ascender car. Side reel dock. It takes intuition, which I don't have a lot of, but there's still a chance of things going the way it needs to. Away aboard. Neutral outcomes. How many cycles is it going to be here? Well, it seems like it's going to be here for a while, actually. The hub. Let's go back to a descending car. So it looks like all of our efforts are going to be put into getting them on board. I want them to I want them to leave. I want them to go have a better life. I'm stuck here because I have to take all the shots. I need the stabilizer to survive, and there's only 2 places in the entire universe that they have them. One of them is the SMR, where we came from, and the other one is here. So, As long as I can get them on board, that's fine by me. We'll feed the stray, and we'll call it a day. Stretch my back, and I got a good pop out of it. Feel nice. Oh, what's this? Oh, Rabia has something. It's not gonna take any effort, so I'll go ahead and do this. As you enter Rabia's office, you hear voices. Is that Sabine? Push open a door. Sleeper, what good timing! Rabia calls out as you enter. I wanted to introduce you to someone. The man is standing in the corner of the room, speaking quietly with Rabia. He turns as you come in. Meet Yannick. Sleeper, he nods. Been hearing good things from Rabi. He smiles an easy smile. Good to meet you. Likewise, likewise. He waves a ringed hand. Now, Rabi, where were we? Actually, Rabia places a hand on your shoulder. The sleeper was what I wanted to talk to you about. She doesn't spare you a look. What's going on? Well, okay then. Yannick tucks his hands into his pockets. Go on. I'd like to recommend them to your ward. Tiny pause. They have shown themselves to be capable ally here on the Spoke side, but we have more than enough to run our territories. I hear the main block is proving more difficult. Yannick leads forward slowly. It's a mess, Rabi. He waits, his tinted glasses shimmering despite the lack of light in the unit. I can use them, he suddenly decides. Rabia smiles. Good to hear. I can immediately. Yannick cuts her off with a raised hand. 1 second. He steps one surprisingly light step closer. You eager to work, Sleeper? What kind of work? A question. Yannick lowers his head and raises it again, as if he dropped something. Nothing new for you, he answers, not quite looking at you. You don't follow what he's, what is he saying? That concludes it. That concludes it, Yannick pronounces. Sleeper can come work in the ward anytime they like. You shoot Rabia a confused look. Rabia finally glances at you for a moment, but it is so fast you almost miss it. Good. I know you'll be happy with their work, Jan. Yannick reaches out and squeezes her shoulder. Sure, Rabi, he says. Now please, he says, turning to face you. Let us old friends get back to it. He guides Rabia away, leaving you standing alone. You look at Rabia, but she's deep in conversation, and so, stunned and confused, you leave. What? We just figured out that Yannick was a pocket of S and ARP, and as a result, it what's it called? Jeez. Sorry, there's a lot of hubbub going on in the background. Hey Isaac, welcome in. I'll hydrate. We just figured out that Yannick was a double crosser, a traitor with SNR. Hey Isaac, hope you're doing well. But yeah, we figured out that Yannick is a double crosser with S and ARP, currently working with the Yadigan. But at the same time, we're now working for the Yadigan. I'm assuming it's to get us closer to the source of the issue. But that's peculiar, to say the least. Let's go ahead and scout this dock. See if we can't get any good vibes out of this. But yeah, I hope your day is going well, Isaac. We're just kind of plugging along at this game. Nice little story title for good vibes on a just eating an empanada, but pan dulce one before I clean in about an hour. Oh, okay. What's pan dulce? How do I know how to pronounce that, but I don't know what it is? Hold on. Let's see here. Oh, sweet bread. Okay. Hey, I mean, sweet bread's good. I know Andromeda would be all about that. Oh, pan dulce. I thought it was... I'm thinking of a different language. I'm sorry. Pan dulce. Dulce or dulce? Dulce? Pan dulce. Pan dulce. Dulce. That's gonna be a... I thought I had it at first. Shows what I know. Dulce? Okay. So pan dulce. Got it. Alright, I'll go ahead and do some express deliveries so I can help Fang find his targets. And with this last one... Yenix Ward. Hey, give me 1 second, I'm sorry. Sorry about this. It's getting really loud here. It doesn't seem like they're picking up on the mic though, which is good. You guys shouldn't hear this. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and end this day with some sunbathing because it's a safe activity. So if something bad happens, it's never that bad. Negative outcome. See, I still got energy for it, so we're gonna go ahead and feed the stray, and we'll see the next cycle. But yeah, I hope all of y'all are having a good day. It's a Thursday, which for me means it's by default a bit on the negative side, but I'm trying to make the most out of it, you know. I think we need one more positive outcome, and we'll be able to find a way on board. Oh. Neutral or negative? Do we want to roll the dice? Come on, give me a neutral. Yes! Caster! Quite an achievement, isn't she? Sendracellus would be proud. He recognized the resonating voice of Caster immediately and turned to see him, hooded and tucked into the shadows near the viewing platform. Caster! I see you remember our game. Good. He looks around, but the platform is clear. I'm afraid you'll have to wait for a rematch. Microgravity makes Tavla a bit difficult. He smiles broadly. Caster walks out to stand beside you on the platform. The telltale clunk of magnetic boots accompanies his slow crossing. He notices you looking at them. I don't much like it up here, he explains. I hear there was some trouble at the Havenage shipyard when they announced the results of the crew lottery. I was there. I know. He sighs, meeting your eye. An ugly business. Celis are too used to the way things work in the core. Exploitation is the only logic they know. He gestures out at the side reel. You know why they built this monstrosity on the eye? Control? Certainly. But there is no corporate oversight out here. But that's not all. He stares at the pristine yellow hull. Celis built it here, says Caster gravely, because they didn't want anyone to know it exists. He rubs his forehead. And secrecy is something that I cannot abide. He turns to face you. There are people being loaded onto that ship as we speak. Sleeping people, locked in cryosleep, like a person that you were emulated from. There are hundreds of them, and Celes wants to send them out to a planet on the edge of the settled systems without anyone knowing where it is. But you, Sleeper, can do something about that. You're like me. You deal with data. You can read it right out of the air. With someone like you on that ship, secrecy isn't a problem. You can ping back whatever I need whenever I need it, as long as you're on board. With you on the side reel and with some minor modifications, he pauses. You can be in my eyes and ears, keep track of Celes's grand project through you. In short, says Castor, stretching, I can get you aboard, Sleeper, but I'm going to need your help. Need you to help me. Who are you? I am a concerned party. Someone who likes to know what is happening when it's happening, not afterwards. It's not just me. Yes, your friend Lem. That can be arranged. It is difficult, but not impossible. The condition is, of course, that you go too. Castor clunks closer to the window, watching the tugs wheeling around the side reel. It's a simple offer, and the only one that you'll get on the only one that will get you on that ship. Please consider it. He turns back, silhouetted against the ship. But to make it happen, I need your assistance. As I said, there is a Celes Foundation ship docked in the now empty shipyard. I need the data from its servers. This will allow me to produce the IDs necessary for your transit. Castor looks over his glasses at you. Celes aren't stupid, though. Their ship is totally isolated from the station. You'll need to get aboard if you want to access the air-walled servers. Once you have the data, meet me at your friend's unit so we can give him the good news. He smiles. I noticed his importance to you. And the little one, so cute. You don't extract the data before the sidereal horizon leaves the hub, then I will get the message. We have other options, but you are certainly my preferred one. But be sure when you act, Sleeper. Once you take the data from Celes, you'll set off a series of events you'll likely be hard for you to untangle yourself from. Either way, I recommend you stop asking around up here. You are bringing a lot of attention to yourself. Castor glances around, as if to emphasize his point. There are only a handful of cycles until departure, Sleeper. Make your decision. With that, Castor marches back off the platform, the sound of his mag boots fading away, leaving you to contemplate the sidereal horizon and the part it may play in your future. Yo, oh my goodness, I'm stuck on a time limit now. I'm either on board or not. Alright, fellas, we gotta get moving. We have a way off. We have a future. We gotta do this. Bluff past security. I get a +2 engage. Let's do it. Negative. You are caught inside the ship, and only a bruising encounter guard lets you escape. No. I didn't go at it with a good roll. It's gonna take 3 cycles for it to be good again. Ugh. How many cycles are left on the side reel dock? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my goodness. I shouldn't have tried to bluff. I should have just went the other way. Through. Okay. Not happy about that. Okay, so whenever they're unlocked again, whenever they're available, the day before I'm gonna have to use a syringe, a stabilizer. In the meantime, I could probably help Fang, but I don't know how far it's gonna get me. Is it still like on full lockdown? Oh no, it's a 4-cycle lockdown. Oh, that's even worse. Ugh. Okay. Let's look at Yennex Ward. Oh, I need to gain Yennex Trust. Okay. Sure. Express delivery. Go ahead and do this. Oh, I can't believe we got locked out for cycles. This is gonna suck. I'm racing against the time here. Okay. Okay, we got 2 more cycles on that. Oh, I really hope that I get enough data in time to help him through. Sidereal dock. Yeah, 2 of the 8 cycles are done. Hopefully we can get off the ring. That would be so nice. I'm trying to get Yennex Trust, but I don't think that's going to be a good venue to go with. I'm going to go ahead and try finding Fang's targets for him. No, I want to use that there. Guarantee it. Get a 2. Sleeper! See Fang coming up the corridor and step out of Minji's. The kelp noodle smell still clinging to your clothes. He comes up fast and stops close, looking around suspiciously. I don't have long. Take these. Fang palms a couple of those metal thumbnail-sized drives, ripper worms. My slate has been buzzing like crazy. It seems your delivery shifts have turned up our two targets. He squeezes his shoulder. I know you could do it. Now we nail those snakes. What do we do? Hardened boys are all connected in some kind of closed network. You break the access protocols on both of them, you should be able to gain the location of nearest network ports. Slot the ripper worms in those ports, 1 each, and they'll feed me with anything and everything stored in Hardened Shadow Network. He smiles. Can't wait to see what juicy plans they have up in there. Hear a scuff of boots as a group comes up the corridor, likely their way to place an order with Minji. You turn around for a second. You turn for a second, and when you look back, Fang is already halfway down the corridor in the opposite direction. He raises his hand in farewell and is gone. You run your fingers over the tiny ripper worm drives in your pocket and smile to yourself as you wonder how mad Jenna will be at Fang for this little excursion. Time to slot some worms. Awesome. Are they in Hardened Agent? Oh, okay. Hey, look at that. Already had a 6. Any other Hardened Agents over here? And that requires a 5. Okay. That's fine. We still have another day or so. I'm gonna... You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna feed the stray. I'm running down to 3. I might go ahead and just activate the stabilizer now, because the first day and the second day are usually fine. And that will give me a little bit more to work with. In the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and stack a couple of stabilizers in my inventory, just so I have them on hand. And hopefully tomorrow, I need to eat crud. No, not the builder. We'll go here. And I'll order some fungus from our funny little fungi friend. And we'll repair the unit. Not repair the unit. Go to the repaired unit and then cycle, because I already fed the cat. So, we have plenty of dice to work with. Let's see here. I don't have the dice I need, though. And they're closed. The Celes ship is closed for one more cycle before it comes back, which is rough. We didn't get good rolls on the Harden agent. We're running out of time. I wonder if we can spend that elsewhere somewhere. Oh, I'm stuck in a rut. Scrap allowance. No more scrap available. I wish I had these dice for next day. Having that many good dice in a row would have been nice to have. Let's go to Ord Exchange. Sell our extra scrap that we ended up finding while doing jobs. And let's just keep on moving. You know what? We have nothing better to do right now. I'm gonna go ahead and work at Yannick's expense. Oh, it's all done. That makes sense. You almost laugh when you see it. The same small recorder stuck in a different wall this time, run across the fluorescent tape. Familiar word, sleeper, grabs you quickly. Rabia says sorry. Sabine's voice sparks up once again. She said she didn't have time to brief you before setting you up with the old man. I'm sure you've got the play by now. Earn his trust, work the block. Then when we need you to get into his office, a pause. It's risky, but obviously you are the only one of us he doesn't already know. Either way, we need to locate the link to Essen Arp. You hear a shout from the in the background of the recording. Rabia says, "Be careful." Sabine continues. The data suggests there's some relay processing the implant data and sending it to Essen Arp, but we can't lock down its position. Either he is moving it, or it's moving itself, or it's rerouting through other relays. We can't understand it. Maybe you can find some details on it in his office. Once he trusts you, you should be able to get close enough to get into the offices. Oh my goodness, we have ads. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and step away for this 3-minute break. I'm gonna go ahead and put the screen into the be right back screen, and I'll be back in 3 minutes. Talk to you guys then. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. We were having a bit of an issue outside of my door. We live in a shared living situation, so things got a little bit heated outside my door. I wanted to make sure none of it kind of came through. You guys don't deserve that sort of stuff, but for me, it's just kind of an average Thursday, so it's just kind of dealing with the hubbub of life, you know? We got about 30 seconds of ads before we headed back. Again, you know, get some drink, maybe stretch, hug a loved one. And make sure all of you are nice and comfy. We're going to be doing this for a few more hours, a couple more hours, I would say. And then we'll swap over to Graveyard Keeper and have a really low energy stream. And we'll be streaming that for a long while, so. All right, we're back. So let's go ahead and continue on our journey. Once he trusts you, you should be able to get close enough to get in the office. You'll only get one shot. The recording creaks and whines. That's the final piece of the puzzle to end this. A pause. Good luck, sleeper. I'm sorry too. Be safe. Recording clicks off, leaving you in silence. You pocket the recorder, just in case, and walk away. Looks like it's up to you. Really? Yannick's office. Oh, I'm going to use an intuition roll? Oh, I'm horrible at those. Well, that explains why, Life's never dull when you're living in chaos. Let's go ahead and just kind of work off these dice and work into our next day. I have plenty of stabilizers to work with, so that's not going to be an issue. Do we have the shipyard still working? Okay. You know what? I'm going to buy some drinks. We're going to take a quick look at this to see what it brings up. The glass shatters on the steel bar beside you, and the taunts don't take long to follow. Hey, Haunt! Spacer calls across the low room. What are you doing here? He laughs at his own lame joke. Playing human? I'm gonna ignore him. You hunch a little further, staring at the hundreds of tiny impact points that scar the bar's surface. A hand falls on your shoulder, but as you flinch away, it pats reassuringly. You freeze in place. Out. The voice comes from behind you, spat out like a shot. You turn to see bright eyes, dark hair, a stare that could breach the wall and vent you all into a hard vacuum. You turn back to the spacer. The second glass comes sailing through the air. Duck. You duck and the glass explodes on the bar behind you, showering you in glittering shards. Through the haze of the glass and Griel vapor, you see... Does that say Tala? You see Tala leap the bar and close the distance to the spacer. The thud as he slams into the wall echoes around the bar like thunder. Now, flanked by other figures, quick to their feet, Tala throws the spacer out through the door and stands silhouetted against the rotunda lights. You touch your forehead and it feels wet. Someone helps you to your feet and back onto your stool. Broken glass rattles as it's cleared, and a fresh measure of Griol is glugged out in front of you. The same hand, warm, heavy, falls on your shoulder once more. He isn't coming back. We don't tolerate that kind of shit here. Tala flops onto the stool beside you. Let's get a look at you. Tala wipes the powdered glass from around the wound, and some places a bottle, and someone places a bottle of alcohol and a metal tin with tweezers on the bar. She disinfects them and turns to you. You were pretty fast on that second glass, she smiles, picking a piece of glass from your forehead. Not fast enough. You don't feel pain. You don't feel pain. Only the string of status messages your body delivers concerning dermal damage and exposed structures. You do feel the care, though, as Tala's bright eyes, search your thick synthetic skin for splinters. Look away. As Tala works, you glance around the overlook. The dim orange lights built into each table, giving them the scattered patrons a conspiratorial mood. You recognize a few. You recognize a few from previous meetings, but they all seem to have forgotten the recent confrontation as quickly as it arrived. Each seems in their own bubble, willing away the hours in the repurposed dock with its meager distractions. And it's not as bad as it looks, says Tala, without making it clear if she means the bar or your wounds. Tala smiles to herself. So you've been on the eye long? Long enough. She laughs. Hey, you don't need to act tough with me. The splinter clinks into the tin. Not everyone is like that, idiot. We don't all hate you. She glances around. Some of the regulars, maybe they fear you? Maybe they're just curious. I don't know. But I do know that the Overlook is a safe place. I know what it's like to be new in this place. Trust me. She meets your eye. I'm not trying to convince you of anything or separate you from your chits. I just want you to know that if you need somewhere, you can always come here. I know the rations we've got aren't much, and the company is, she leans in, limited. But if you need work, I'll happily put you behind the bar. And if you need shelter, well, we can discuss that. You'll be safe. I usually have Francis on the door, but he's up in the Greenway this cycle, haggling with our supplier. Francis tends to be particular about what we serve, even if the clientele isn't. She places the tweezers in the tin with a clink. That's you, Sleeper. Here. She slides a glass of grill to you. This'll help. She stops, her hand still on the glass. Wait, does this help? I mean, can you get drunk? No idea. She laughs. Well, keep trying. I'll let you know if I see any difference. She walks back around the bar, gathering the glasses as she does. And before long, is retelling how she threw a spacer out to a new group that was just wandered in, complete with dramatic actions. She gestures in your direction, and you instinctively look away, back to the worn surface of the bar. You take a sip of Griol. The earthy fungal tones fill your senses, almost blocking out sight and sound, like diving headfirst into a bog. You may not be able to get drunk, but this is a connection to something grown, something fermented, something old. Feels good. Okay. So I can take a bar shift here. Oh, that's cool. I'll go ahead and do this. I don't know if anything good's gonna come out of it, but I might as well try. And we'll go ahead and sunbathe. And I believe next shift we should be able to... I'm gonna feed the cat first, then sunbathe. Next cycle, sorry. I should be able to enter the Celis ship again. So please let there be good rolls this time. Please. Yes, look at those rolls. Love it. All right, let's infiltrate. 100% success rate. Oh, I can only do that once? Oh. Positive or neutral? Let's do it. Positive outcome. Yo, oh. We got this. We got one more roll. Let's do this. Nice. Extract Celis data. Interface 4. So I have access to that, but I don't need to do it now. I'll hold off for one more day, one more cycle, just to make sure I get a good roll. In the meantime, let me work at the bar and get some get some work going on. Look at that, good service. Don't know if this one's gonna be good, might as well try. Hey, got some energy out of it. I got plenty of syringes. I want to make sure that tomorrow has the best possible chance of happening. So I'm going to go ahead and... Well, no, I still have one more pip. I'm going to feed the cat. And I'm going to end the cycle. Next day, I should have all 6 rolls. I just need like some 6s, please. I got a 6, 2 5s, a 4, and a 3. That looks promising. Guaranteed positive. Let's do it. Awesome. I got the data. Alright, let's go talk to the man. The myth. The caster. When you arrive at Lem and Mina's unit, Castor is already waiting outside, leaning beside the door. Forgive me, Sleeper, but Celis is already buzzing with the news of the breach. I was expecting you. Will this work? Don't worry, the breach cannot be traced to specific IDs that I am about to create. Castor reaches into his pocket and produces a slick green and white hand terminal. The data, please. Hand it over. You hand over the drive with the data, and Castor fishes around the for a converter cable to hook it up. He slots it into his terminal, and after some whirring, a set of 2 transparent films marked with numeric sequences are produced. 2 tickets to an uncertain future. Castor smiles to himself. The child will go with Lem, of course. He pockets them. These are yours, but first, he holds out a white cube. Your side deal. Hurry it up. He passes you a square, and you rest it in your palm. A small, white, perfect cube. Suddenly you feel a sharp pain and a flinch. The cube jumps from your hand and rattles along the walkway as you look at Castor apologetically. Castor smiles. No, not to worry. It has done its job. Now it is for you. Now it is for you to do yours. You look down and see a tiny pinprick at the center of your palm. Nothing sinister. Castor puts the terminal away. This way we can keep track of you and the sidereal horizon. Whatever you need to do. Excellent. Castor hands you the transparent films, and you see shimmering portraits of you and Lem flickering beneath the surface. Go, give them the good news. And he reaches across and buzzes the unit. Lem slides open the door, half dressed in gear. Sleeper, what brings you up here? Come in. He beckons you inside. You look to the side, expecting to see Castor, but the wall is empty. The unit is cleaner, better organized than the last time. Lem sits at the thin bar and gestures for you to sit. Mina's with some of the local kids. Someone has to start doing lessons down the way. She seems to like it. I'm gonna stand. Lem looks concerned. What's up, Sleeper? I have some news. Out with it, then. I have Celis IDs for us. You have... Lem freezes. How? He blinks rapidly as if to wipe you from his vision. Does that mean... Yep. Lem stands up and paces around the unit. We have to pack. He starts laughing. Holy shit, we have to pack. He turns back to you, smiling. How the hell did you swing this, Sleeper? A friend helped. Well, thank your friend. You mind showing you show him the ID films and he whistles at the portraits. Sorry. Impressive stuff. He pats you on the shoulder. You should stay until Mina gets home. We can tell her together. Sure. The buzzer goes. That'll be her. Lem gets up and opens the door, and Mina, a bundle of energy and life, rushes into the room. Robot! She shouts. Lem picks her up. Mina, you won't believe what they brought us. You flash her the passes. She looks confused. We're going away after all, Meanie. He lifts her up above her head. Wait, what? He lifts her up above her head. On that big, beautiful ship. Mina screams and laughs. He puts Mina down and she runs over to you and hugs your legs. I love you, robot. She says quietly, so only you can hear. I love you too. Pat, pat. And a while later, when you leave, you don't even think to check for Castor by the door until it's too late. You stop and turn. Halfway down the walkway, you see nothing there. Even the little white cube is gone. So you keep walking, back through the low end, deep in thought, excited and scared all at once. The running game. Do whatever it takes to get that ticket. We did it. I'm gonna dump a lot of money into stabilizers. I don't even know if I need them. But better to be safe than sorry. Let's see what happens when I go up. It's leaving in 2 cycles. We have some 5s. We can help him get the hardened agent data. Fang, that is. Put the Ripper Worm in. Put the port in here. Get the other Ripper Worm in. Look at that. We'll talk to Feng again. As you walk into the tambour, you quickly spot Feng arguing with Jenna. Approach. You come up behind Feng, and he turns and notices you. Jenna stops mid-tirade as you arrive. She turns to you. You again. You here to vouch for this layabout? Stay silent. Silence feels long in the echoey tambour. Fang starts to speak, but Jenna cuts him off. Forget about it. You're done, Fang. Jenna turns on her heel and walks away to the bar. Fang turns to you. Could have done with you getting here a minute or so ago. He glances back at Jenna. Well, either way, it looks like I'm fired. Good news is that it doesn't look like I need this job anyways. He takes out his slate, pulsing with pale light. Now let's get a good look at what you're really here for. A slate is a whirring mess of code streams, coming direct from Ripper Worms as they dug through the agent's data and spin it into threads for the slate to pick up. Anything good? Fang scrolls the display with a finger. A lot of junk. A lot of dull as hell message threads. A lot of tedious data caches. But Fang's eyes flash. Definitely some good stuff. He stops screen scrolling on an entry and expands it. Check this out. Fang shows you the screen. You see a bold corporate logo, not Solheim's, and a word below. Conway. Fang says. He's working with Conway. Conway Extractions, right? Fang nods. He's been speaking with them personally. Got a whole chain of messages, but it's mostly encrypted or redacted. He rubs his head. Damn it, this is juicy, but we can't nail him with it. He scrolls more. Wait. What's this? A wasteland reclamation facility right here on the eye. He glances to you. What's the bet this place is tucked into the wastes? Conway are set up here? I'm guessing so. Got themselves set up in the wastes. Back before the collapse, people would have got there by going down the connected spoke from the hub. But that spoke's broken now, so the only way is the long way around the rim past the greenway. He shows you on the slate. Fang looks away thinking, Conway have been making moves on the system since the collapse. I hear they took over one of Solheim's old belt colonies a while ago, moved everyone out, and reclaimed the whole rock. What's their angle? Harden has to be offering them something. Fang looks back at the screen. But if Harden is involved, then we need to check it out. Simple as that. It's a wild goose chase. Yeah, maybe it is. Fang slides the slate away. Well, what do we got to lose? Fang looks up at you. Harden was a Solheim executive. That's not something you just walk away from. People like that don't change. You don't make your money from exploiting the most vulnerable people in the system one day and flip to their side the next. I'm not about to drop this. He pinged these guys the moment he was found out, and they started prattling on about this Conway facility. The way I see it, Fang stares out into middle distance. We have to get to that facility. The answer to whatever Harden has been planning, has to be there, and we have to catch him in the act. Give me 5, maybe 6 cycles, and then I'll see you on the Greenway. I seem to remember there's some old service docks out in the outer shell by the Haifa building. Should be a good place to meet. Fang squeezes your shoulder. Thanks again, Sleeper, for sticking with this. I haven't forgotten about that tracker of yours, but I'm going to need to be back in my bay to pull a solution together. He turns the slate around to face you, showing a massive scrolling code. I've been working on a fix in my brakes. He winks. Fang grins. See you soon, Sleeper. And he walks out the door to Tambor without looking back. One more upgrade point for the road, huh? You know what? We'll cancel out the intuition skill. Unfortunately, he's not going to be ready by the time I leave, so sorry about that, bud. Let's see here. The hub? You know what? Let's put some time into the hub. See what we can get out of it. I wonder if this is an actual end to the game. The way that Caster puts it, after I've started this whole path, there's not going to be much more. This might be an end to the game. And hey, if it is, awesome. We got a nice happy ending. Might as well use a stabilizer now. Make sure we stay at peak efficiency. Why can't I end the cycle? Hello? Am I missing something? Oh! Bliss, ship mechanic. I got events to talk to about. Why can't I select the glass? That's weird. Oh. No way, Martz. You take those substandard filters back to the shitheels who sold you them. You hear a voice echoing out of the bay as you pass. The moments later, someone who you assume is Mortz drifts out with it, dragging a pallet of filter cartridges by tether. Hey, you out there! The same voice echoes out of the entrance. Looking for work? Who, me? Everyone at the station's looking for work. Get in here. The voice is coming from somewhere shorter than you expected. She is oh, it's a... Okay. She is floating in the microgravity by the docking bay, beside a half of deconstructed life support unit that looks like it might have exploded at some point. She points a wrench in your direction. So, do you know anything about these things? She doesn't wait for an answer. Scratch that. Just help me with the casing. Stay put. She drops a hand to her hip. You need a contract or something? Help me out. She definitely moves around the unit, making space for you beside the central seam in the dented case. Just take a grip here and lift it out and up. Then I can get in and unbolt it. She whacks the unit with a wrench. Whole thing is twisted to shit. You dig your fingers under the casing and lift it away, the metal squealing from the force. She puts her hands under, spinning the wrench to slip out the bolts, catching them in her hand when they spiral free. All good. The casing lifts, revealing an ornate piping of the unit's interior. She whistles at the mess of the ducts and filters. By the way, everyone calls me Bliss. She pats you on the shoulder, offering a little in the way of an explanation. What do you do here? Repairs, fix-ups, fit-ups, tear-downs. Bliss starts pushing and pulling the ductwork, looking for fractured pipes. We haggle for contracts, and the good ones we get snapped up quick by the bigger bays. So I'm here trying to fix this M2 unit running, trying to get this M2 unit running again for one of the freelance tugs. Small-time stuff. Hold this. She rips out a ribbed pipe and hands it to you like a freshly caught fish. We turn stuff around fast and neat, and maybe we get a chance at landing something bigger. Something starts hissing in the unit, and Bliss quietens it with a precise whack. But to be honest with you, the way things are going, I can already see the other crews licking their lips, ready to take this place over. She looks up at you. I'm almost out of luck. What happened? Long story. Some people just can't keep promises. She keeps working, twisting aside pipes with care. There we are. Bliss pulls her hand from deep inside the unit, and it comes out clutching a lumpen cube, scorched black. This thing must have overloaded and popped half of itself out the side. You both duck down into the side of the unit and spot the exit wound, its edges fringed from scorch marks. Grab me a replacement converter from the racks, will you? Where is it? Bliss is already elbow deep in the unit. You'll see it. She waves you away. You kick off from the unit and drift towards the wall racks, where a catalog of parts sits secured in clamps. Colored tape and scrawled notes flutter across the wall, a complex organizational system of Bliss's own design. Or just a big mess. You try and pick up the right part. M2 converter. You grab the part and push it back. Push the unit back to the unit. Bliss holds out an arm, and you pass it over. The converter spinning gently as it leaves your hand. Perfect. You passed. She straightens it up from the unit. That is, if you want to work here. Bliss rubs her hands cleanly, looking down at her palms. Truth is, I need a hand here. My partner skipped out on me and left me with a whole mess. You seem like you might at least be better at spotting a clean air filter than Mort's. I'll consider it. Wait, she frowns at the Rex. That's not all of it. My old business partner, they rinsed the place, emptied the accounts. To bid for jobs, we need to put down deposits, bring in parts, pay tug fees. For that, she looks nervously embarrassed. We need chits. You want me to pay to work? Come on, it's not like that. We'd be partners. Straight split. Bliss settles herself against the unit and looks off in the distance. I guess I look pretty stupid. Here, I'm asking a random passerby to be my business partner. No offense. Smile. It's pretty weird. She gives you a sideways look. Don't tease me. Bliss goes back to working on the unit. Look, it's no pressure. You find the money, or you find someone who has, or you just forget about the whole thing. Up to you. She gestures for you to help her refit the casing, and you both slot it back into place. I think I'm good to wrap up this one for now. But if you are into it, come back and we can bid on a new contract. Something to get our teeth into. Something that pays. She gives you a serious look. You can trust me. I don't say this stuff lightly. You kick away from the bay, propelling yourself back towards the handholds at the entrance. You slip out with a wave, and as you do, someone slips back in. You hear Bliss as you guide down the passageway. Moritz, I swear to God, if those filters aren't clean. You smile. It seems it could be interesting. I just don't have the time. The Gimbal Lounge? Buy a spacer meal? Sure. Gives you lots of energy for less price. I think we only have like one or so more cycles before we need to hop onto the ship. Feed the cat. I need to keep my eye on that clock. Let's take a look. 2 more cycles. Let's see what's out this way. Founders Ferry. Sure. You step out into the passageway. Someone barrels into you from behind, seeing you stumbling down the corridor. You turn to see an unfamiliar spacer laden with heavy gear. She steadies herself, staring you down as if daring you to respond. Stay silent. She adjusts the strap on her shoulder, barely giving you a second look before setting off down the corridor. I'm sorry for her. The second spacer smiles and apologetically. She's on a mission. When she's on a mission, they shrug. Not a problem. They smile. You're sweet. Peek! Esh stands further down the corridor, glowing at her friend. She chops the air, pointing down the corridor to whatever end she is rushing to. Peek raises their eyebrows at you. Esh, please. Do you want everyone in the station to hate us? Esh hardens. They want to hate us. They can hate us. She drops her hip. I'm not exactly seeing much love as it is. We're lucky we got through before they set damn cordon. Cordon? Don't interrupt. Peak size. The station isn't Hawthorne. Everyone isn't yoked to the same corporate protocols. Esh sighs. I'm not saying they're part of the administration. She jerks her head in your direction. But I am saying we need to get these supplies to Briar before someone starts asking questions. Esh points at you. See, Peek? Questions. Peek ignores her. Oh, we got ads. Take one more break. Hope y'all are doing good. Go ahead and check some of my emails and stuff while I got a chance. I don't really got much going on. Nobody's really responded to much. Hope y'all are having a good day. I know I say that a lot, but I really do care. I'm gonna take some time to stretch. Take a sip. Yep. Oh man. So there's a what's it called? There's a little stretch that I do with my wrists where I put pressure on my wrist in just the right way, and it pushes out my wrist and pops it, and it's the most satisfying thing. It's like it's just right into place. Always makes my hands feel better. I think it might be something that I can do because I'm really lanky. Like I have long arms and long hands and all that. Don't know if you'd be able to do it normally, but who knows. Anyways, I'm starting to feel a bit exhausted actually. It's starting to take a bit out of me, and I have been working today. I wanted to go for a double feature, but I might not even be able to. So I think what's going to end up happening is I'm going to take this time we have now, and I'm going to go ahead and delete that top bit. I'm going to go through each one of the servers and delete the whole double feature thing. And I'm going to see where this path leads me with Lem and Mina. And if it leads to a natural stopping point, I'll go ahead and take care of that. Oh, hold on, I've got a phone call. Sorry about that. I had a phone call. Welcome back, everyone. As I was saying before, I'm kind of going through. I'm just going to take a moment of my own time here to go ahead and modify my messages. I'm feeling a bit on the faint side. I kind of worked a shift today. My body's sore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through here. I'm going to delete the whole double feature thing. And I'm going to go ahead and see where this path with Lem goes. And if it ends up ending the game, we'll go ahead and just kind of close out. Or if I'm starting to feel really faint, I'll take care of myself. So, all my messages have been changed. Shouldn't be anything on Blue Sky, but we'll go ahead and just kind of see where this goes. Peak ignores her. We are refugees. The ones with Havenage have cordoned off from entering the station. Ash interrupts. The ones that are quarantined in this makeshift vessels are barely made it out of the eye to begin with. The ones your station administrators have called an existential risk and are running out of supplies. While their right to safety has been debated by people with no stake in their future. She quickly looks away, annoyed with the outburst. Peak sighs. She's right. People are trapped out there, and they turn to Ash. We understand that this is a big problem for the Eye. Hundreds of refugees and more ships turning up each cycle, but they hold up a hand to stop Esh. But Esh turns away, her burning anger palpable, a palpable force in the close quarters of the corridor. They need supplies, and after everything they've been through, the quarantine isn't helping. Stay silent. Peek, please. Esh gathers herself and the supplies. Esh, we need help. Just like the refugees needed us. We need others too. They smile at her. Peek turns to you. Come find us. The climbing briars docked at the broken spoke. past the greenway in the wastes. We have a good view of the cordon, though we are keeping our distance for now. Come help us. Squeeze your hand. Esh turns to leave and Peak follows, waving goodbye. A moment later, Esh shouts back down the corridor. Don't bother coming empty-handed. If you want to help, show us. Bring supplies, or don't come at all. And they disappear around the corner. Esh already picking up speed as Peak calls for her to slow down. Refugee flotilla? Why are they coming from? Where are they coming from and why now? Each time you think you begin to understand this place, something changes. Okay, so I can cross back and forth now across the rim here. That's good to know. Mushroom guy said that there's a particular mushroom over here. Greenway, service dock, Haifa commune. Okay, so the greenway is where they grow a lot of wild margins. Tracking Ashton. Oh, okay. See if we can knock it out in a single cycle. Oh, I'm starving. We'll go and grab some quick food from the other side of the gap. From Mushroom Man. And we technically have one more cycle before we have to leave. So what we'll probably do then is, with what little funds and stuff we have left, we'll, first of all I'm going to sunbathe. Oh, I have full energy, but go ahead and do this. And cycle. I know I have one dice left, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. Let's see if I can find the traitor. Ooh, that music. Let me just double check. Validate my parking. Alright. You will either be on board or not. Let's see here. Escape on the side rail. Toggle. Wait for the preparations to be completed. Okay. So while we have a chance, I'm gonna go here and try and track Ashton. The Ashton. And see if we can't get him all sussed out. Nice. This is guaranteed. Ankita. The trail ahead extends deep into an overgrown section of the greenway. At this far end of the ring, where the long, lazy curve of the greenway becomes the shattered landscape of the wastes, things are oddly quiet. Ahead stands a vast farm stack, broken from its axis by rust or force, lying amongst the overgrown landscape like an ancient temple. It's stained with moss and algae, flows of green running out of the broken tanks like a frozen brackish tide. This is where Ashton is hiding. You are pretty sure. All your intuition points to the shadows beneath the collapsed superstructure. You roll comm headset Ankita gave you in your palm. Call Ankita. You slip the headset into your ear and it fizzles with static. After a few moments you hear Ankita. Sleeper. Have you located the target? A doubt enters your mind. How can you be sure? Yes, come now. Copy. Hold tight till I get there. This thought cuts out dead. You hold your position and watch the trail ahead. Ahead, the stars wheel with the motion of the eye, and your mind wanders. You try to imagine what this place looked like before the collapse. All ordered rows of crops, corporate pleasure gardens, glowing farm stacks. Now it is a wilderness, a strange, overgrown biosphere bordered by the void of space. You smile. Despite everything, it seems like an improvement. Sleeper. Ankita's hiss brings you out of your reverie. In a collapse stack? Yes. Okay, you seem confident. She slaps you on the back. Well, there's no way I'm following that trail. If he's up there, he'll have an eye on us for sure. She glances across the landscape. Let's keep to the undergrowth. Work our way out. She heads off towards the central spine of the greenway with you, following close behind. It is slow going there, with the overgrowth meets the metal wall, but it's concealed that you can barely see the glass roof high above. Ankita somehow seems to know where to go. Ankita works her way through the dense undergrowth, pushing aside branches and fronds. It's exhausting, and you desperately want to rest, but Ankita shows no signs of letting up. Up ahead, there is a faint glow from the collapse stack. Ankita leads you around the side of the broken tank. You both step through the opening, trying to avoid broken glass that sits among the moss and algae. You work your way up the slanted tank, Ankita setting her deliberate pace. Somewhere, water drips, and you swear you hear bird song. Hanging plants catch the light, coating the place in a pale and sickly green. Ankita reaches the edge of the tank where it meets the central drum, and holds up a hand for you to stop. You inch forward and look over the edge. The vast drum like a cistern with plants growing on all sides and wet mossy islands at its base. It is beautiful, and for a moment you can't see anything but tones of green. Then you see the sleeper. A faint circle of light descending down the through the drum. The sleeper lies slumped at an odd angle. They are surrounded by crates, and beside them on one of the mossy islands is an object, a cylinder set on a tarp. It's connected to the sleeper's head. You flinch. Are they one of the others? One of the ones that escaped with you? You squint, trying to recognize them. They are twisted, broken, open, wrong. You look away. Ankita doesn't look at you. She doesn't look at the sleeper. She fixes her eyes on the object. That's Amber's ship mind, she says, and you suddenly recognize the cylinder. Wait. You turn to Ankita and speak, but she's already gone. She drops off the ledge of the tank and lands on the mossy island, her armor letting out a hiss as it absorbs the impact. The shot hits her shoulder piece, the ceramic armor cracking but holding as she braces into the impact. Then she launches herself forward, now activated armor launching across her across the drum. Puh. Another shot goes wide before she reaches the cover of the crates beside the sleeper. Shit! You hear the shout from one of the tanks high on the far wall. Ankita reaches over and wraps the hand around the thick connection between the ship mind and the sleeper. What is she doing? You better come down here or I'll rip this right out of their head, she screams at the wall of tanks. You shiver at the suggestion. Stay silent. There's a long pause. All that you can hear is the dripping of water running down the walls of the drum. Then Ashen calls out, "Coming down, Ankita. Don't do anything stupid for God's sakes." He appeared at the far side of the drum, stepping through the shallow water, rifle raised above his head. "Drop the gun," Ankita sounds. He throws it down onto the moss. As you lean out to watch, you can see him catch your eye, clocking your presence. "What are you up to here, Ashton, you sicko?" She stands, keeping her sidearm trailed on his head. "You ripped my ship mind out for what? Some freakish experiment?" Ashton approaches with shaking hands. His eyes now fix on the connecting bundle of wires that Ankita still has hold of. "Steady, Ankita. It isn't like that. I needed the ship mind. You have to understand, they would have died without it." What are you talking about? I don't give a shit why you ripped my ship mine and crippled my ship. I should put you down right now. She tightens her grip on the connection. Typical of you, Ankita. No curiosity. Ashton smiles shakily. That's why I never asked for your help. You only look after yourself, he nods at you. That sleeper up there? They're just bait, right? To draw me out? Ankita sucks a breath in. Are you going to try give me reasons to shoot you? I love them, Ankita. Ashton looked at the crumpled sleeper. I love them, and they were going to die. I knew you would never understand that. He starts closing the gap between him and Ankita, now slowly inching forward. Don't do that, Ashton. Ankita snarls. Don't do that. Let the wires go, Ankita. Let us go. If you don't get out of my way... He inches closer. Please. I can't let you take it, Ashton. Ankita hardens her stare. You stole it from me. You left me for dead. She shakes her head. You think I'm going to trust you after all that? I need it, Ankita. I need them to survive. Ashton is in reach of the sleeper now. Of Ankita. I'm going to take them now, Ankita. He raises his hands. I'm going to take the ship mine and go. Ankita loosens her grip on the connection a little. Her hand is now shaking now. Stop, Ashton. She lowers her gun. Stop. Seeing her drop her guard, he makes his move. A blur of movement, a struggle, a shot, another. Recoil back behind the edge as they ricochet around the inside of the drum, the sound deafening you. When you crawl back to the edge, Ashton is bleeding into the water. The red and green. Ankita is standing at the edge of the drum, the severed connection in her hand. The water drips endlessly, drip after drip after drip. You force yourself to look at the broken sleeper. There's no sign of life, of humanity. They are just another broken object among other broken objects, while all around living things grow and thrive. Ankita finally looks back up at you, tears in her eyes. She begins to say something that might be sorry, but you're already gone. Yo. What's this? So I can climb the briar. There's also the wastes. Okay, so I can gather scrap out on the waste if I wanted to. Got it. Well, that took a very dark turn very quickly. Oh. Ankita back at the dock? Nope. And we got a couple of dice. You know, I'm going to sell all this data I've been holding on to. It's obvious Caster isn't going to be interested in getting the data anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and just sell all the data I got for some good cryo. Highly doubt I'll need it, but screw it. I might hang on to the Yuttigan data, just in case. In fact, can I scavenge some more data while I'm here? Sure. It sounds like Ankita and Ashton were actually lovers. But Ashton loved someone else that was a sleeper. He double-crossed her. She came after him. And it ended up with Ankita killing both of them. So that's rough, buddy. Alright, tomorrow's the day. Feed the stray one last time. We'll see what tomorrow brings. Got me pretty decent dice. We ascend the hub. There it is. This may be the end. Gonna take a injector, get myself all topped up and ready to go. Let's do it. I know I have dice today. I know there's things I could do, but I just want to see the end of this. There is a crowd, but you spot Lem and Mina immediately as you enter the dock. They are waiting at the cordon, where Celis security are checking the crew in to board the ship. Those that manage to get up to the hub are crowded near the entrance, but even they know their chance of getting on board as long as they're as long gone. Lem spots you among the crowd. Sleeper! We're here! They're standing beside a bag, which looks to carry all the possessions I have. It's small enough to be carried out with one hand. Hi, Mina. Mina is vibrating with excitement. She seems strangely at home in the microgravity, but then you remember that she spent her whole life in space. Hi, robot. You hand over the Celis ID to film to Lem, keeping your own. He turns it back and forth in the light. Where did your friend even get this picture, Sleeper? Looks like my old Conway ID. You look, and the shimmering younger Lem stares out of the film, harder and clean cut. I spoke to the guard here, he nods to the white and green spacecloud officer. They'll be doing orientation and role assignment on board. Sounds like we're going to be working under the core crew. Kind of like an interim. He laughs. What do you think, Meanie? Am I too old to be an interim? Following Lem's lead, you inspect your ID as you lift the film up to the light and see something strange. Something that makes you flinch. The face printed on the film is one you recognized immediately, but it is not you. At least, it's not how you look now. You squint at the ghost, confused of why you hadn't noticed it earlier. It's a picture you remember being taken, a memory that you didn't know you had. You remember signing the forms, the walk to the sleeper tanks, the cold metal floor. You remember the SN-ARP employee who helped you in, her smile clean and surgical. You freeze in place, thinking of the you that still sleeps somewhere in in an SN-ARP facility that won't wake until you are recovered and disposed of. And now you are leaving. Will they ever wake up? Sleeper! Sleeper? Lem interrupts your thoughts. These guys want us to board. You stare at him without thinking, then notice the guard gesturing you to come forward. You all kick off and float over to them, steadying yourselves on the guardrail. You hang back, letting Lem present his ID first. The guard slides it across the white machine, much like the one Castor printed them from. You reflexively rub the puncture mark on your hand, even though there's no trace of it now. It seems to be your destiny to be someone else's tool. Lem and Mina are waved through, the guard smiling at her excited face. Lem turns back to you, checking you are coming. The guard beckons you closer. Bored. You shake off your doubts and hand over your ID film. The guard barely looks at it as they pass it through the scanner and wave you through. A new life built from old things. You okay? Lem asks, concerned as you catch up with them. You are so slow, robot. Mina teases, grabbing at you with small hands. I'm good. Lem nods and you realize how much harder it must have been for him to cross that threshold. Mina struggles in his arms, trying to get to you, and Lem relents, struggling with both the bag and his daughter. Mina tumbles through the microgravity and grabs onto your clothes for purchase, pulling herself into your arms. You all proceed up to the walkway, the entrance to the docking bridge, yawning wide in above you. Are we finally family, robot? Mina asks as you move, taking you by surprise. I guess so. Mina smiles and presses her head against your chest, pleased by your answer. You keep moving up into the docking bridge, then along that thin, glass-walled connector, all the time Mina clutching onto you. The lack of gravity means you can't feel her weight, only the grip of her small hands on your clothes. You both stare wide-eyed at the vast hull of the sidereal horizon and try to think this huge machine as a home. Later, when you settle in your bunk, after Mina has finished running back and forth between you and Lem with an endless and infectious excitement, you find yourself looking at your ID once more. Somehow, since the last time you looked at it, the image seems to have changed. It is still a picture of the old you, the person that signed up to have their consciousness copied in place of their ownership of SN-ARP, but something else has crept into the image, an underlying sense of self-identification. This is also a picture of you now. The time that the you that survived the eye, that made friends here, that found a way out, that escaped against all odds. The other you might never wake up, might never live again, but so be it. They consigned you to a doomed life for their own gain. Their life is yours now. You'll live it better than they ever could. You lie back in your bunk, and the thrust of Sidereal's vast engines kick in. This feeling, this rumble, will be your constant companion for the next decades. It will be there when you work, when you watch Mina grow, when you dream of the planet that you end at the end of the journey. It will stay with you when your body starts to fail, despite your best attempts of Lem and Mina as the years stack up, and it exceeds its safe operating period by a decade. It will be the thing you wake up. It will be the thing you wake up to, in those rare moments of consciousness between which Mina and will keep you in a frozen state in hope of preserving you until the destination is reached. It will still be there when Mina wakes you, tears in her eyes to tell you that tell you of Lem's inevitable death, and it will not relent despite your desire for a moment of silence. It will be the final thing you hear as Mina shuts down all but the most vital of your functions and hopes beyond hope that you make it to the final destination, all the while doubting you will. But for now, in this moment of departure, it is still a new sound, a new feeling, and because of this, it is filled with the promise of a future. And so, you settle back on your bunk and close your eyes, and in the moments you are sleeping are perfect. I'm gonna snooze this ad. Give me a second. And so, you settle back on your bunk and close your eyes in moments you are sleeping a perfect dreamless sleep, the most peaceful that you can ever remember. A long journey to a small unknown planet. A jump over the age game. Wow. Well, we did it. We completed an ending to Citizen Sleeper. We lasted for a month and a half, making our way through the station. We made friends, lost enemies, found family. We gave people a new existence, a new chance at life. And we got to live our life ourselves. While this is going on, I'm gonna go ahead and let the credits roll. I'm gonna see who we can raid. I'm gonna end the stream here. I'm glad y'all can join me on this. We're gonna go ahead and raid Monday Moon. She is currently doing Purgatory, it looks like. So we're gonna go ahead and raid Monday Moon. So that way we can roll things out. So her entire moniker is It's Monday Moon. Hold on. It's Monday Moon. Oh, crap. There's a raid message. If anyone's still around, go ahead and copy the raid message. If not, that's okay too. I'm glad you were able to lurk with me today. I'm glad we were able to finally close out this story. Citizen Sleeper has so many more opportunities, but I'd like to just end it with this one. A good memory in a new life. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna head out to the raid screen.